like or air pockets. They almost look like you use the wrong kind of flour in a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to show you how they look. So you got to make sure that you cool them. And you also have to make sure you follow the baking soda ratio perfectly. Don't overdo it because they can really affect how the cookies process, okay? So what topic am I talking about? I'm talking about, which we planned this for several weeks, and there's been lots in the news about all different kinds of cases. We're talking about what happens if somebody loses their life when they're working and what benefits are available to the family and who in the family, right? So many cases that come in my office doors are these death cases, and the person was working and the families have no idea where to start. You have no time to grieve. There's investigations. There's kids that have to be taken care of. There's widows, widower. It's awful. So I'm going to talk to you guys about where at least you need to know to start. Because this is, again, we're one of those things where you need a comp attorney and a third-party attorney, or, if there's a third-party case that causes the death, like we see this mainly in motor vehicle accidents, or we see it in equipment failures at work, that kind of a thing. And you have to know what options you have, but also this is why you need the same attorney for both, because the same attorney is going to handle the comp case, which usually, unless the person is married or has children that are very young, the comp case does not carry the value in the case. It just, any medical bills associated, they'll cover. There's also reimbursement of funeral expenses we're going to talk about. If they're children, they get benefits up to a certain age. If it's a spouse, you get their benefits up to. So we're going to talk about all that. Because a lot of people, it's the last thing on their mind, as it should be. Really? This is why I do these, because I let the thinking and the education be left to me, and the fighting be left to me, and let you grieve, right? What's in front of me? I have granulated sugar, not Splenda. I have brown sugar and egg. I have Kerrygold butter, which, guys, I'm a little bougie. Pregnant, I've become even more bougie. It's a bit ridiculous. If Danielle or anybody are watching this will agree with you, they have to deal with me at the office all day. But Kerrygold butter is the best. And unfortunately, you can only find it in these big sticks recently. But the Big Y came to the rescue, and they have my regular size sticks. There's something about, like, if a butter is not in the proper form, it just doesn't feel like it would work. I have Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips. I have the measured out amount they tell you. Then, of course, I always supplement, so I have more. I have oatmeal in front of me. I have rolled oats, not quick cooking oats. We don't need that. You just need rolled oats. Don't get the quick cooking oats. They're actually going to be a little mushy with this. Flour, all-purpose, baking soda, salt. My peach, because I get out of breath and I get hungry quickly, so you'll see me eat this. And I'm like feeling fruit this entire pregnancy. And pure vanilla extract from Costco that I was looking for last time I couldn't find, right? So let's get started. I'm going to put them together. So here's the deal. I'm, again, going to show you what they're not supposed to look like. I did this on purpose because I want you guys to understand. Most people are like, no, I won't cool it long enough. You need to understand the difference. So you need to understand what it should not look like. And I mean, I'm sure they smell good. I'm sure they taste good, but the consistency of an oatmeal cookie is what makes it the best, okay? And I was spoiled growing up. I had very good bakers in my family, so I'm very particular about that. Okay, so we're gonna put some of this together. I'm going to whisk some stuff together, combine the sugar and everything in here, and then talk to you about the comp stuff. Then I'm gonna finish it because it's super easy. And we're gonna be out of here in like 20 minutes, 15, maybe 15, 20, I don't know. So here we go. So firstly, we're gonna take our medium bowl, my all-clad bowls. You can get these on Amazon, guys. These are my all-time new favorite. So I'm always giving Williams-Sonoma and Crate and Barrel shout outs. Not tonight. Tonight's gonna be Amazon because I love all-clad. These things last forever. There's like, if there was ever the world ended, there would be cockroaches, there would be rocks, and there would be these all-clad bowls because they're like indestructible. So we're gonna whisk together. Again, we're not gonna put it in here, right? We're gonna whisk together our all-purpose flour and our baking soda. That's it. Nothing crazy. Leave the salt alone. I love salt. Leave the salt alone. Whisk. In case you guys don't know what whisk is, I know you all do. Here we go. We're going to whisk it well. So guys, we're going to be doing these like once a month. I will be honest. It's so busy at work. And it's been kind of a lot, right? For me at times. I get tired at night every now and again. I'm realizing that just for the pregnancy, I'm human. After the baby's born, I'll be back to being, superhuman. But during this period, I'm human. So I'm tired. So I want to make sure I don't want to ever cancel them. So I want to make sure that we're scheduling them at proper times. Now, there will be times where we do some pop-up ones, which will be fun. So keep an eye on that. And we have tons of great swag. Kylie, you want to post some of our new swag? Like, what do we got? We have beach towels. We have Yeti coolers coming. We have Yeti wine cut. The Yeti wine. What do you call it? The wine. I'm saying wine cup, but that's not the proper term. We have sandcastle, like beach toy things that are Goff Law Group. We have koozies now, which are awesome. We have brand new coffee cups. We have a lot of good stuff. So super fun stuff going on here. Lots of contests, lots of prizes. We're going to be announcing it soon. I'm going to announce it now. Kylie, don't kill me. We're giving away a motorcycle again this year. It's a Harley Davidson. It's a great one. And we're going to be giving that away. So the rules are going to be posted soon, as well as how to enter and what you need in order to be able to attend the party, which I believe is in September. So you can potentially walk home with the prize, or drive home with the prize, hopefully, if you have the right license. So, okay. We're going to combine our butter. So 1 stick, and it's got to be room temperature, guys. Do not melt it. If you melt it, they won't come out right. You want the greasier, the better. The greasier, the better. Look how this butter is so yellow. I love Kerrygold butter. It's my fave. All right, so we're just going to put this in here. Then, all right, butter. And we're going to take both of our sugars, of course, right? So our brown sugar here, light brown, guys, not dark brown. Dark brown's too much for this. You're not going to like it. There you go. A little mise en place going on. Throw that on. Perfect. It's going to be a minute because I actually do my my butter room temperature, okay? So let's beat this on medium. Hard to hear me, huh? Over the mixer, a little difficult. You can hear me over the mixer? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna start talking about, let me get it on low, then I'll talk. Notice how I ask a question, I still answer my own question, sorry. So it makes me a great lawyer, guys, I'm telling you. I don't take it from anybody, sorry. And you're the expert, right? It's not even, I don't even know what you're hearing, and you say you can hear me, and I'm still doing my own thing. All right, let me just push down the sides here, then I'm gonna put it on low, because we're just gonna get it nice and light and fluffy, and then we're gonna talk. Okay, bam. Is that less intrusive? You're good? You can actually hear, okay. This is the most important part of my segment, guys, okay? So workers' comp, what to do. I have seen in this last year, since COVID, I told you guys it was all gonna happen, since COVID started and ended and people went back to work, we've been seeing more of these unfortunate death cases coming into the office where people are, I'm gonna turn it down, where people are unfortunately losing their lives at work and doing their job. Many car accidents. We're seeing a lot, like I said, a lot of equipment failure. During COVID, I represent many people, the estates of that unfortunately passed from COVID being contracted at work. So I see my fair share, but part of being what you want as the family of the decedent is you not only want to know what do I need to do in comp, but you want to know if there's any other cause of action as well, okay? Now I'm going to sit here and talk to you about comp right now, because a lot of people, they go out and they pay the funeral expenses. They're like, I have no idea where I'm going to find this money. They're paying funeral expenses. They're losing a huge income in the household potentially. There's a lot going on. So we're going to talk about what and I mean, it keeps going up, by the way, what the funeral allowance is now. If you have young children, what the benefit would be to them if the person's unmarried. And if the person is married, what the benefit would be to the spouse. So everything, guys, focuses on comp rate as far as the benefits to the kids, the benefits to the spouse. So let's first talk about the funeral expenses. So as of January 2022, the expenses are now up over $12,000. So what will happen is we have to open your comp case. So we file what's called a 30D, like dog, not 30C, 30D. And basically You're not going to wait for workers' comp to like process these bills and pay them. It will never happen. It's a very slow process. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay them. You're going to find that you have to find a way. It takes too long. Okay. And then all the receipts get submitted to whatever attorney you choose. Again, I always recommend you choose a third-party attorney that does both personal injury and workers' comp. You're going to submit the receipts there, and then they're going to go to a hearing and submit the receipts. And as long as these receipts are legitimate and covered under that $12,000, up to $12,000 will be reimbursed to you for burial expenses and funeral expenses. So it's a lot. You know what it used to be? Does anybody have any guesses of what they used to say? Hey, we live in Connecticut, and what funeral expenses used to be in the last, I don't know, several years? Anybody have a guess? It's actually, it's pretty awful. Somebody was clearly out of touch somewhere. It used to be under 7. So, I mean, I don't know what you could do for 7. I mean, people, I've seen my clients go out there, they're pinching pennies every which way and they're at 10. So now we're much more in a area of at least acceptance in that 12,003 or 12,500 something. I don't have the exact number. Now, if the decedent left children, no spouse, the children will get the decedent's comp rate. So not like if they, the comp rate's calculated, right, guys? So if the person made $1,000 a week, it might be $750 something, okay? The children get the decedent's comp rate, follow me, until they're 18 or until they reach the age of 22 in the event that they're full-time students, okay? Most of these cases settle before that because number one, nobody wants to be forced to go to school just to be able to get support because they just lost a huge income in the household. So a lot of these cases settle, and you also never know what's going to happen. If the kids are really young, there's an upside for settlement because you never know what's going to happen. So, a lot of times with these death cases, the workers' comp carriers want to settle. Now, no children, or children and a spouse. The spouse will collect that comp rate of the decedent for the rest of the spouse's life. Okay? So again, most people think, oh my gosh, I've lost my husband, I've lost my wife, and they just write off the income in their head altogether. No, you open that comp case, you're going to get their comp rate for the rest of your life. So what is workers' comp really interested in there, the insurance company? If you, as the spouse, have any comorbidities, because they want to, I hate to say it, they want to weigh out how long you're going to live to see if it makes sense to pay you for 40 years. Or to try to make you an offer to pay you for 25 and hope that they can get the case closed. And every case is different. Every case has different recommendations with them, okay? So that's spouse, with kids or without, that's that. What happens if somebody passes away while working without a spouse or children? That's it. Guys, it doesn't branch to the parents. It doesn't branch to, that's it. Doesn't branch to a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a fiance. Doesn't branch to any of that. That's it. Okay? So it's very, very, very sad. And I deal with this all the time. But the funeral expenses, of course, would go back to the family, whoever has standing to bring the case. Now, third party, just because somebody may not have children or may not be married, there still may be a third party case, which has nothing to do with either of those two things really, right? So under probate rules, it's getting fluffy. This is good. So under probate rules, it depends on who's still living. Is it a parent that's living? Is it, who's directly in line to basically take the place of the decedent? And then we look at that. So under probate, that tells us, is it a parent? Is it, a brother, sister? Is it an aunt? Whatever it is. And then they have the right to bring the third party action. If there's somebody passes away without any heirs and without without a spouse, and there was wrongdoing on the other side, this case is brought like any other case on behalf of the estate. And then they're forced to pay, and it goes back to the estate, has to go through probate court. Your attorneys handle all that. But many people, I have never seen a state where more people have lost people at work and rely on my segments to say, I had no idea we could do anything. Or I lost my husband 5 years ago at work and I didn't know to do anything. And no, the guys are not going to tell you. It's awful, awful. Don't be that person. You only have so long to file those forms. If something happens, get legal help. That's why we're here. Get the right attorney. Don't hire your mother's brother, sister's cousin. Don't hire your neighbor. Hire a lawyer that has results, that has handled third party and workers' comp. Do not hire a lawyer that's going to send you up the street for your comp case knowing there's no value. You take it all, okay? You take the good and you take the bad. And the comp case is usually the worst part of the case as far as, frustration and work-wise. Make your attorney work. We work every day. We're handling multiple dual cases, and unfortunately, dual cases with deaths. You gotta don't let the attorney sell you short, okay? So go with somebody you're comfortable with. I always tell people, the decedent best. What would they have wanted? Who would they have chosen? That's what I tell people. Who would they have been safe with? Who would they have felt that would have their family's best interest at heart? And that's what you do. So I hope I gave you very little information, but I hope, I'm going to say one more thing too. I hope that the little bit of information I gave you generated at least the knowledge in your mind now that that if anything happens or somebody that happens, you at least can tell them, you need to do this because this is what's given to you under the system. Lots of people don't know. Okay? Now, there are scholarships for kids that are if somebody did not pass away at work, they just got very injured, or if they passed away, there's scholarships for kids. We give to it every year. You can apply for it during a certain period of time. You can find more information about it on the workers' compensation website. If you have a child that either you were injured at work and it affected your ability to provide for your family, or if you're a child of somebody or know a child of somebody that passed away, they should be applying for these scholarships. They're not huge, but guys, it's something. And they're trying to raise awareness about it because not a lot of people know. I'm going to do a segment on TV about it. Part of being a lawyer is not just making money. It's about educating. It's about actually doing the right thing and walking out the door of a hearing and knowing that maybe you didn't make bajillions of dollars on that case, but that family got the piece that they wanted and they deserved. Okay? You really want to find a lawyer that can relate to you on that level. When you find them, that's priceless. You're going to feel you're in the right hands. You're going to know what's right, and you're going to move forward the exact way you should. Okay? So now that I've given you my piece, and again, our condolences to anybody that's gone through it. It's awful. I deal with these families every day. It's absolutely awful. And, a little education can go a long way with grieving families. So let the attorneys do the work. You grieve. Okay? All right. We're going to finish these bad boys. I promise you guys 15 minutes. I'm probably over that already, but that's all right. So I'm going to reduce the speed on this. It's nice and light and fluffy. You guys know my favorite thing is fluffing together, right? Sugars, mix different kinds of sugars. You need both. And butter. So I just turned it up a minute. Okay. So I'm putting it down to low. We're going to add our salt, sea salt. Guys, don't be cheap about it. Sea salt. We are going to add our vanilla, my fave. I never measure this out. I still don't think I want to measure it out, but I'm going to anyways. I'm still going to do more, so it's fine. As if I'm going to listen to the recipe. I don't listen to anybody else, but that's fine. And then that's 2, what you're supposed to put in, and then we just throw a little extra in. It's the best part of the cookies, the vanilla. Doesn't change your consistency, but I swear it does. I swear it just tastes better. And the egg. Large egg, just one. Bang. Okay. Perfect. One thing I don't have is a towel. Where's my towel? Hold on, I need a towel that I don't have. Paper towel it is. I clean this up for you guys so much that I put all my stuff away, then I have to go digging for it, and I don't want to do that on air. So we're going to let this mix a bit. They say on low. Nobody has time for that action. What do you guys think of the view? It's nice, huh? That's Westbrook, right over there. This is one of my favorite places in the world. There's egrets out there. There's an osprey, a protected osprey nest out there, which I think has babies because it keeps going back and forth with food. There's some eagles out here, which are really cool. Cranes. It's just the most peaceful place ever. Easy drive in to West Hartford, maybe 40 minutes on the worst day. It's awesome. And the weather here is beautiful. The water's great. It's just a great environment here. So when I can bring peace from my life into yours, I'll do it any day of the week. All right. Let's like scrape down our sides. You know I'm big on that. You know I never used to do this because I was like, I don't have time to do that. It actually makes a difference because then you don't get collections on the bottom and then it's a big pain in the butt, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So now we're going to add our flour on low, okay? It's so gross and dense. It's the best. It's what you want. You want it like whippy, but like it sticks to everything. All right. We're going to add our flour mixture that we whisk together before really carefully. Again, never add it too fast. Why? Because you'll wear it. Oh, I changed the thing with it. There you go. I think Hamilton Beach makes a machine. It's super shallow. Just always be careful when you're adding dry to wet. I'm telling you, these things will like throw that stuff back at you. Almost there. I was going to try to finish it, but it obviously wouldn't let me. Hold on. Okay. All right. Perfect. So all that action. We're going to take the sides down one more time. Then we're going to stir in our oats and chocolate chips. Nothing smells better than butter and like a really nice semi-sweet chocolate chip. I'm sorry, it's the way it is. Small things in life. Pregnant, I am like enjoying and understanding food so much better. I should sit down and start making recipes. I talk about food in the office and everybody thinks I'm nuts because I get so excited about food. It's craziest thing, but like it is, it's true. You're attracted to different foods, but at the same time, like you just like only want comfort food. It's very interesting. All right. Scrape down the sides. Then we're going to add our oats and our chocolate chips. Then we're done. And then I'm going to show you the cookie that wasn't. And again, for the record, any bakers on here, I did this on purpose because I want you guys to see what it's supposed to be when you don't cool it and do it right. Okay? I've done this a couple times and people have asked, can I do it 30 minutes or can I just, for like, I don't know, somebody asked me if they can flash freeze it. I'm like, no, you got to do it the right way. I'm probably, what time is it? 6:30, 6:15, 6:30. So I'll probably put these in the oven at 8:30. So 2 hours is fine. Just not less than an hour. Don't rush it. It's not going to taste right. All right. Our rolled oats, right? Not our instant because they won't work. They're going to taste gross and you're going to yell at me. And my favorite part, the chocolate. And I measured out the chocolate they told me to do, but now I'm going to add more of it for myself because I like chocolate chips. For all of you guys that like raisins, you can do this with the raisins. I don't like raisins. Sorry, my least favorite thing. Raisins, dates, prunes, any of that dried stuff is just doesn't love. Okay. Now, let's let that go to town for a minute because you want to mix it all up nice. Can I get closer to the camera to show? How do you want me to do this? Walk over to you? What? Or can you zoom in on me? Let's zoom. So guys, this is how it's not supposed to look. Zooming. Don't get like too like up on my face. Okay. You see how it's almost like air pockets a little bit? They're like, they have that dome. That's not an oatmeal cookie. An oatmeal cookie has many different, like I can open it. See the air pockets? That's what you get. That is not an oatmeal cookie. That is like, I went to some cheap grocery store and I bought cookies and they don't know how to make them. I'm gonna turn this off. So that is not an oatmeal cookie, okay? An oatmeal cookie is not round. Could be, I guess, but it's got all kinds of crazy shapes because the oats are so obvious that you can see them and you can trace them, okay? So again, and look, and because there's so much air pockets, I push it back together and look, I have a cookie again. This is not an oatmeal cookie. So you're wondering what happens when you do it. You get this dome. If you got the dome, you did one of two things. You put in too much baking soda or you didn't flash cool it long enough in the fridge. 2 hours. You can wait 2 hours. Put on some TV. If you're not me, you can drink some wine. If you're me, you can drink some cider, whatever you want. But you got to make sure that you're following the recipe. If you're not going to follow the recipe, don't make the cookies. Go to Big Y. Big Y has a great selection, by the way. I was just talking to someone about this today. Strawberry shortcake from Big Y. It's like the most delicious thing. Maybe, I don't know. Again, you can see I'm getting excited about food again. But Big Y has great stuff. Whole paycheck, or Whole Foods is as we call it. I suppose you guys call it. We say whole paycheck because you go spend your whole paycheck there. They have great baked goods. Go somewhere and get baked goods if that's what you want. In Old Saybrook, Pursuit of Pastry is awesome. But if you really want to cook at home, bake at home, you have got to do it right. Okay? So I'm going to post this recipe. It's one of my favorites. I challenge you not to give it 5 stars because it's absolutely fantastic. Do not put cinnamon. People ask, why no nutmeg or cinnamon? Because it's nasty. Don't put nutmeg or cinnamon in the cookies. They don't need them. It's chocolate. Raisin is what blends off the cinnamon or the nutmeg, not chocolate. Nutmeg and cinnamon do not go together. We've added our salt. One secret that I do sometimes with these is that when I put them in and when they're almost done, 5 minutes, probably 4 minutes from being done, I take like really large pieces of sea salt and I just sprinkle a few on each one. It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Drink it with almond milk. That's like my jam these days. And like you have a snack. If you're a late night snack, if you're eating dinner, you have a side dish, you have whatever you want. If it's in the middle of the day, it's just a cookie with milk. So guys, thanks for watching. If you have any more questions on what to do, you know somebody that's had a comp injury, and you know they're dealing with this awful reality that comes with it sometimes, put them my way. I'm happy to guide them in any which way, shape, or form. My attorneys, my paralegals are very sensitive to the situation. Nobody's sitting here and pushing anybody or being aggressive with anybody. We sympathize. Our condolences are with you all. And if you haven't experienced, I hope you never have to. Because those that have experienced it, it's hell. It is. And the best thing you can do for yourself is get a good legal team behind you. Okay? Enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy your 4th. Be safe. I will be shooting some sort of a drunk driving video, I think. But just, I shouldn't have to. We should get it through, right? Tickets are what? $5,000. You're using your AR for what? For like an extra drink. Uber, Lyft, taxi, bus, friends, whatever you can is a better option than having somebody come in my office injured because you were drunk and me having to start trying to take your assets. So don't do that. Okay? Guys, enjoy your night. Again, you know how to reach us, 203-399-0000 extension 1. You can walk into our office, 433 South Main Street, Suite 328 in West Hartford. What else? You can follow us on Facebook. That's how you found this, Goff Law Group. Tons of billboards. We have brand new billboards coming up Friday and next week. We have awesome campaigns coming, lots of great giveaways. And keep looking out for that motorcycle giveaway. Because I'm telling you, like, who else gives away a Harley? They talk about how great, like, being a motorcycle rider is, but who actually puts their money where their mouth is? Very few. Okay? Guys, thanks so much for the support. I appreciate it. Have a great night.